Hello, g'day. Good to see you here. My name is Linda. This is Jar of Marbles, and I'm here with Bob.
Hello, I'm here. Me, it's Bob.
It's good to see you, Bob.
Yes, it is.
Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about we are the truth speakers. I grew up listening. I grew up questioning everything. As a small child, I was punished for asking questions.
It was the era?
Yeah, I grew up in a time where children were seen and not heard.
Yes, be seen and not heard sounds a bit medieval.
The saying children should be seen and not heard dates back, actually, to medieval England around the 15th century, Bob.
Oh, I'm so pleased you told me.
Oh, shush. Being a child, how did I know that was the rule? How could I know many of us, were being dragged through their ignorance and their pain? It didn't shut us up though, did it? We remained curious, forever curious. It wasn't as though I had confirmation that what I was being fed wasn't true. Maybe a bit of a rebel in there, cannot be silent about things that just didn't sit right. And that was the thing in, when I recall my early age, trusting when things didn't sit right, when something was off. I had learnt young to keep my opinions to myself, and that didn't stop me observing, of course, trusting my own feelings.
Some cause happiness wherever they go, others wherever they go. Wherever they go, whenever they go.
Yes, I heard. So as I said, what it did teach me was to trust what I felt.
That's a bit back to front.
Well, no, not really.
Most people don't trust what they feel when they've been told.
Look, anyway, it doesn't matter. I did, and I still trust myself deeply, and I would highly recommend trusting yourself first. My own experience has taught me when I don't trust myself, it all goes to shit.
Shit?
Yeah. Any task or event that is happening at that time.
Oh, all right then.
And not to trust those who are apparently in authority. It made me question authority, starting with the parental units. That proved to be 1,000% correct.
Hey, did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? He was lucky it was a soft drink.
Yeah.
No?
No, not really. Yeah. I carried on questioning. I was lucky enough to find out that some of what I suspected
sometimes is decades later though, isn't it?
Yeah, true. And I found out I was absolutely on the money, which of course gave me more confirmation to believe in what I sensed and not so much in what I was being told. Even what my heart wanted to believe, that had to be overridden.
Hey, my house is haunted by a chicken, a poultrygeist, a foul spirit. I plan to call an exorcist to help it cross to the other side. Oh, God.
So, in fact, they helped me. They were my trainers.
They were your trainers?
Yeah, and they woke me up to the truth of simply believing what I felt. And even though it was a hellish experience at times, ultimately it did bring me long-term peace. So I was a bit of a lawbreaker, if you will. Laws not of the land, but followed my own rhythm. And lots of us are out there who I'll be nodding sagely going, yep, that was me too.
That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why were the teacher's eyes crossed? She couldn't control her pupils.
Oh, God. So, it's a shout out to those who are breaking cycles and sending love to everyone who are doing the work. You can tell people that haven't done the work, they blame others for everything that's just gone wrong in their life, or worse, they make up stories to support their poor behaviour.
Yeah, no guts, I say, no courage.
None whatsoever. One could even say they might be spiteful. Hashtag, we are the truth speakers. Honest people are indeed hard to find.
They're probably hiding.
Keeping to themselves, more like. Honest individuals see everything, and when they do speak up in any form, they can be met with resistance, so they can become an outcast. At least feel that way and be relieved that you're an outcast. That's the story they go with, when in fact you were the one that walked away. They are jokes.
Yeah, laughing is the best medicine, but if you're laughing for no reason, you might actually need medicine.
Good observation there, Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was easier to get me on the outside, shut the doors and windows, because they would all have to admit their part. Also, being in another country gave them freedom to do and say what was required to create the beginnings of a massive bag of lies. Stick to the lies, lest they be found out. But wait, I can feel a yawn coming on.
Will a sarcastic comment help?
It always helps. Always, Bob. Now, just to be clear, I am better off in every way not being connected to that darkness. But I speak to and for those who over time know that they are better off to be away from the sickness. And I talk to those who are going through it too, to assure you, you will get through. And to be clear, It is a sickness.
Yeah, please do not disturb. I'm disturbed enough already, all right?
Thank you, Bob.
It's all right? Yeah.
So to tell lies about another and then add to it and stick to it and then talk and talk to each other about the lies, knowing their lies, and be proud of it as if it's true, is a special type of sickness.
Yeah, I know those sorts. I mean, they don't know me, but I know them.
I think on this planet, most of us have a dime a dozen, people that we could, name straight away. People like that, very ordinary. I'd been asked to sugarcoat things and go along and keep the peace. Geez, asking the wrong person, really.
You? Oh, God, yes, you're so the wrong person. When people tell me you're going to regret that in the morning, I sleep until noon because I am a problem solver.
I've heard that one. You told that one.
Doesn't matter, does it?
I guess not, Bob. You're a hoot. So we truth speakers are honest, we are kind, soft inside, preserved our integrity.
Well, that's almost archaic in many circles to actually have integrity.
It's true that, Bob. And all this kept in a sacred space after being denied our existence, conspired against, attempts at humiliation, abuse, punished, etc.
Hey, do they know you won the lottery?
The lottery.
I know, but do they know you won the lottery? Waiting.
So self-awareness, especially in women, to have self-independence to make her life drive itself for herself.
Yes.
# we are the truth speakers. Going against the tribe is not easy, but then it is actually in another fashion.
Yeah, when you've made up your mind.
Yeah, because your mind is made up, you know what to do. They feel strong in their numbers. On their own, they're pitiful. Whereas many of us feel strong on our own. We know who we are. We don't rely on anyone lying or keeping the truth at bay. I walked away a long time ago anyway. But walking away from a toxic family and harmful associations is not an act of cruelty or weakness. It is an act of profound self-respect.
Yeah, self-respect. You have that in bucket loads.
You've got to, Bob. You absolutely do. Society often romanticises endurance, teaching us that loyalty should be unconditional and suffering silently is noble.
What a crock.
That there is a deep, quiet power in choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and self-preservation over obligation.
Yeah, what she said. Inflation's high, but your standards are still higher.
Absolutely, quite right.
I'm in my villain era.
Yeah, me too, like with boundaries and therapy.
I don't even know what that means.
Anyway, one of the greatest benefits is freedom. When you step away from toxic dynamics, you reclaim your emotional space.
Gee, I like it when you talk dirty.
So no more walking on eggshells, no more bracing yourself for manipulation, pretending to be interested in rubbish conversations or emotional ambushes. Their fakeness. Your nervous system finally exhales.
I just exhaled. Hey, what did the left eye say to the right eye? Something between us smells.
So that constant background of dread fades, and in its place comes a rare, precious stillness. That stillness is not emptiness, it is peace.
Hey, why do ducks have feathers on their tails? To cover their butt quacks. Ha ha ha.
I don't know. There's also clarity.
Clarity, I love me a little bit of clarity.
Toxic environments distort your sense of self.
Doesn't it? What?
Over time, you may begin to doubt your instincts, minimise your pain, or accept behaviour you would never tolerate from strangers. Distance restores perspective.
Hey, my therapist says I have a preoccupation with vengeance. We'll see about that.
# we are the truth speakers. Watch the cockroaches run when they see you coming. They know you know the truth. They have to create distance as well because they can't risk others knowing what they have actually done. Others have said that they began to see how much of their anxiety, their self-doubt or exhaustion was not just how they are, but a reaction to being mistreated. With clarity comes truth, and truth is liberating.
I have a lot of growing up to do. I realised that the other day inside my fort.
Yes, well, could see how that might happen.
Yeah.
Eventually comes joy, often unexpectedly and almost shy at first. Joy in waking up without dread. Joy in making decisions without fear of backlash. Joy in being able to laugh freely, speak honestly, and exist without performing a role. It is the joy of realising you're allowed to build a life that feels good, not just one that looks acceptable to others.
Bugger that.
Been on the planet long enough now to not give a fig what the ding-dongs think. They know. Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, me too. So walking away also creates space for healthy connections. There are such good people on the planet who deserve your attention and your friendship. When you are no longer entangled in toxic bonds, you become available for relationships rooted in mutual respect, kindness.
Now you're talking. It's not easy though, is it?
What, being a truth speaker?
Yeah.
It is easy. The toxic nonsense comes from those who are embedded in lies and think everyone is as crooked as them. So you learn that love does not have to hurt, loyalty does not require self-betrayal, and family can be chosen. This realisation can feel revolutionary. #We are the truth speakers. Perhaps most importantly, leaving is an act of self-trust. It says, my well-being matters. It honours the inner voice that has been whispering or screaming that something is wrong. Each day you remain committed to your peace. That voice grows stronger inside you. You become more grounded, more confident.
More yourself.
Yeah.
I was taught to think before I act, so if I smack the shit out of you, rest assured I've thought about it and I'm confident in my decision.
Good, Bob.
Yeah.
The joy of walking away is not loud or boastful. It is deep, steady and sustaining. It is the joy of coming home to yourself after being lost in survival mode for perhaps far too long. And certainly I know different stages of my life where I had been in survival mode for a really long time because of circumstances. But once you taste that freedom, you understand choosing peace was never abandonment. It was salvation.
Salvation! No! You know, my job is top secret, even I don't know what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah, yes, that's secretive, you know? Yeah.
They do not want their illusions destroyed. As the decades speed by, it is abundantly obvious that no one is going to step forward and tell the truth. I have zero idea about any of it. I have been living and continue to live my life. It's more like a small but very cute wart on the elbow, representing a chunk of your life as an odd, unappealing mystery. People hold the answers, the solutions, but they will not offer up the truth.
Cremation is my last hope for a smoking hot body.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
This subject falls on deaf ears for those who are cooperating and supporting the lies, their own lies, or the things that really bug them. People really have a hard time facing generational family demons that everyone else accepts out of habit and conditioning. It's generations of continuous harm versus literally one person who is strong and brave enough to make the changes. People only see what they want to see about this. They want to remain ignorant to serious harm in the family so they don't have to deal with it. They have no idea that there are very real spiritual consequences for doing so. Move with stealth and wisdom, dwellers. They scapegoat you, thinking perhaps that you will conform with their dysfunction.
They're obviously daytime comedians.
That's right, never going to conform to that nonsense. I have never and will never conform to that. God has sent blessings so I don't catch the karma. My standards were not theirs, and we would only ever have a vague interaction-styled relationship at best anyway. They will forever sweep it under the rug. I have zero interest in having lumpy carpets.
No, that's not nice. Doesn't look nice, does it?
No, it doesn't look nice in your house. The truth has always set me free. I quote, like the idea, I love the life I have and have created. #We are the truth speakers. The road of the truth speaker is not paved.
With gold?
No, with comfort, but with conviction. It is a path walked by few and endured by fewer still. Those who choose to speak the truth, especially when it's inconvenient or unwelcome, find themselves at odds with silence, fear, and sometimes the very society they seek to be a part of. People will lie to get what they think they are owed or entitled to and not be remotely concerned with the karma that they are inviting.
Lying is so low class. Apologies, my good bitch, but what seems to be the fact?
Thank you, Bob.
That's all right. Thought I worded that quite well.
You did. So to be a truth speaker is to carry a burden, if you will. It's not merely about being honest. It is about voicing the unspoken, challenging illusions and breaking the comfortable lies that shield others from discomfort.
Making the liars uncomfortable. I like that.
The truth speaker stands at the crossroads of, well, that which is true and resistance, knowing that their words may bring change, but also knowing that change does not come without cost. The cost is usually always loss, the loss of people who have no business being in your life anyway. It speeds up the process nicely.
Yes, very nicely.
At first, the road, it could be seen as lonely.
Or not.
Friends may turn away, authorities may react harshly, and those who once praised your insight may now call you dangerous, divisive, or naive.
Yeah, the truth will do that.
The truth speaker must learn to live with rejection and resist the temptation to soften their message to win approval.
Don't think so.
No. But there is power in truth, not loud, not boastful, but steady and clear. Over time, the road becomes a trail others begin to notice.
I don't like people who take drugs, for example, airport security.
Right. Oh, Bobo.
Yeah, Bubbo.
One by one, people find courage and truth, and in time, some begin to walk beside the truth speaker. The road grows wider, but the journey never loses its difficulty. For every truth revealed, there is another that needs uncovering.
Oh, geez, how true.
The truth speaker does not walk this path for glory or applause.
But here you go. Did someone say applause? Yeah. How about that?
Thank you, Bob. Yeah. They walk it because they must, because silence would be a betrayal of what they see and know.
Gravity is one of the most fundamental forces in the universe, but if you remove it, you get gravy.
Get it?
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, I get it. Because lies, once swallowed, rot the soul of a person, and eventually family or people they thought of as family erode society. In the end, the road of the truth speaker leads not to comfort but to clarity.
And we like clarity.
Yes, we do, Bob. Not to popularity, but to purpose. And though they may stumble, be silenced, or even fall, their words, if true, outlive them. They become stones in the foundation of a better world.
Oh, yes, quite right, yes.
The road of the truth speaker is hard, but it is
holy.
Yeah, I was going to say hard, but vital. So many of us have been lied to, had lies told about us, and when someone recognises what's going on, it does feel important.
Liars.
Yeah, so...
Not truth speakers.
No. Yes, liars don't just tell falsehoods, they build worlds.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me, I want to hear about this. Yeah.
Well, at first the lie is small. It's an adjustment to reality, a bend meant to avoid discomfort, shame or consequence. But once spoken, it doesn't vanish, does it? It demands support.
Oh, yeah. So what's next?
Well, another lie is added to hold it up. Then another, like scaffolding, if you like, around a structure that was never meant to stand.
Ugly.
What liars create is a parallel reality, one that must be constantly maintained.
No wonder they have trouble sleeping.
Yeah, how do they sleep? Facts become enemies, memory becomes selective, truth turns into a threat instead of an anchor.
I'll say that again.
Facts become enemies, memory becomes selective, and truth turns into a threat instead of an anchor.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Me too, Bob.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear they arrested the devil? Yeah, they got him on possession. Ha ha! Yeah?
Yeah. Over time, the lie stops being a tool and becomes a habitat.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, the liar will know this to be exactly right. The liar learns how to live inside it, what to say, what to hide, who to be around, what topics to avoid. Relationships inside this world are fragile because they've built it on performance, not presence. Trust is replaced by control, and connection is replaced by strategy.
I know someone like this.
Do you, Bob? Yeah, me too, unfortunately. When someone sticks to their lies forever, something deeper happens. The lie fuses with identity. Admitting the truth would no longer mean correcting a mistake. It would mean destroying the self they've constructed. So they defend the lie, not because it's convincing, but because it's necessary.
Refusing to go to the gym is a form of resistance training.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah.
And the tragedy is this. The longer a lie lives, the more it costs to tell the truth, until eventually the price feels impossible. In the end, lies don't just deceive others, they outlive the truth at the cost of living honestly at all.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So deep self-respect is more important than being a part of a dysfunctional tribe. This I know personally. The tribe I came into are riddled with lies, false promises, and have stuck to it for decades. Many of us have. It isn't rare. There are a dime a dozen now. More people are speaking about it, staying away from it, because why would you be bothered?
Yeah, I've got shit to do.
That's right. And in a world where belonging is often mistaken for identity, it can be painfully tempting to stay tied to a group, family, friends, community, or workplace that no longer reflects who we are or who we aspire to become.
Hey, when the cannibal showed up late to the buffet, they gave him the cold shoulder.
God.
Yeah, I like that.
So we are the truth speakers. And there comes a time when we must choose between the comfort of acceptance and the clarity of self-respect. And when that moment arrives, the deeper, quieter path of self-respect is the one that truly sustains us.
There she goes. Applause. There she goes, yeah.
The illusion of safety in the tribe, it is an illusion. If you have to be less to be accepted, then there's your first red flag, and it'll be one of many. Humans are social creatures. Evolution has wired us to seek the safety and security of the group, but not all tribes are safe.
Hey, I went to a seafood disco last week and ended up pulling a muscle. Pulled a muscle. Yeah. Seafood disco.
Yeah, righto, Bob. Some tribes are dysfunctional, marked by toxicity, manipulation, control, or cycles of emotional harm, physical harm. In such spaces, conformity is often valued more than truth, and silence is mistaken for loyalty.
Oh, it's plain sick, yeah.
But over time, that silence becomes corrosive. We begin to lose the core of who we are.
Which brings us to
the power of self-respect. Deep self-respect is not pride or arrogance. It is the quiet, unwavering belief that your integrity matters, that your voice matters, that your peace is not a luxury but a right. It is the understanding that you are not here to betray yourself in order to be loved.
Yeah, blow that, dwellers, yeah.
Self-respect demands boundaries. It requires the courage to walk away from what harms you, even if it once felt like home. Leaving the tribe is a sacred act. Choosing to step away from a dysfunctional tribe is not an act of betrayal. It is an act of self-honouring. But something beautiful happens when you choose self-respect over dysfunction. You begin to attract new people, those who meet you in authenticity, who support your growth, and who challenge you without trying to diminish you. And here's to all of us beautiful, confused imperfections who wake up and keep trying every day, and to the coffee or tea that makes it all possible. And that's us for the week, Bob.
Oh, no, surely not.
Yes, but we'll be back.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
So say good day to the family for me. Give the guinea pig an oink, and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then. Bye.
Bye!